Howdy fellow model railroaders, my name is Kevin Brown. I want to thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. This episode I'm going to be mostly dealing with the last run of my original version of the Brownsville Terminal Railroad. It's become necessary to change parts of that, so that won't be possible here pretty quickly. So I thought I'd set it all up and run for a bit. In addition, I want to put some footage in here from the Pekin Library in Pekin, Illinois. We set up our layout, the N scale of Bloomington Normal, had a chance to interact with the public, and that's been pretty good. It was quite enjoyable. Also, I suppose before I start any of that, I want to go over some layout progress on the expansion of the Brownsville Terminal Railroad. So we'll start there and be back in a second. Here's one of the two new modules I've built. As you can see, it's going to have to be stretched. I got to add a section on it so it'll fill that entire gap. The purpose of building this one was to free up these two single modules. These are taking the place of the eventual bridge module. So I got that much done, and we'll try and do this as slow as possible. Go past. I've ordered the modules to fill in the Blair yard, which goes on this part of bench work. But the other module I finished is the last of the corners. That's going to add, that'll be the entrance to Blair yard, as well as carry the layout through the wall. And right here are the two modules that are going to have to be repurposed. The first one here is the old staging area, my old setup, and this is Minneapolis, which is all this stuff is going to have to be repurposed, take the track off and reuse it. So I thought I'd take this opportunity, considering I'm going to have to destroy these modules to proceed, to go ahead and for one last time set the old version of the Brownsville Terminal back on that table up and run it a while and get a chance to play with it before I have to say goodbye. So next stop, put everything together and give it a run.
Should I do it right this time?
Oh, yeah. And we get to see the peanut gallery over here, keeping track of everything. One last overlook of the Brownsville Terminal Railroad Mark I is the Minneapolis section. It's going to be tore up and redone. And the mess in the middle. Brownsville Terminal. And the staging yard, which is also going to be repurposed. It's fun getting it out and running again. I have high expectations for the new expansion, and I'm very pleased that the vast majority of what I have on the old part of the layout will go to the new one. So stay tuned. We'll see how this all works out. It was fun to get everything back out and give it one last run. Next, I'd like to share some footage from the Pekin Library show. We had a fairly modest setup, but we had a pretty good turnout by the public, and everybody seemed to have a good time, so I hope you enjoy this footage. We change them out pretty frequently, trying to keep a variety. Yes, I believe so. As you can probably see, we didn't have as many people through the library as we had hoped to. I suppose it's time to address the elephant in the room. The world kind of changed, at least locally, I suppose throughout the United States, in the time since I started putting this video together to now that I'm finishing it. Obviously, I guess starting Thursday, of course, things started going downhill quick as far as closing things in order to try and prevent spread of the coronavirus. It affected turnout at Pekin in the most immediate thing. By the time we had finished the show, they had already posted a notice on the door at the Pekin Public Library that they were going to shut down for a period of time starting Tuesday, coming right up. In addition, we found out while we were at the show that two of our things we were interested in going to have been canceled already. The only one that's still on the schedule is the Decatur Train Fair, which is in April. Looks like the venue is holding off on doing anything blank, at least last we looked. So things are changing quickly. On the positive side, I work at Illinois State University. We also, in that time frame, decided not to have everybody come back from spring break. We gave them one extra week of spring break, which will be next week, and then there will be 3 weeks of online classes to try and keep everybody moving, at least 3 weeks. For me personally, it means I will probably be on campus there will be limited occupation of the building I'm responsible for. So I will almost certainly be there the whole time. They're already working on getting my wife switched over, my wife also works at ISU, switched her over to working from home, and that'll probably be accomplished early next week. So I maybe end up with a fair amount of time on my hands. So on the positive note, as you can see, these are the two modules that I had to strip out. They're all ready to go, and I can start experimenting with them. I also went ahead and got the shop lights that I'm going to be hanging here and here to light this section. And here's a pack of more module kits from Masterpiece Modules, and that should finish up the yard. And I've got a screwy idea for how to do the duck under slash removable section. So that module's in there too. I'm going to have to do some surgery to that. So all in all, I'm making good progress on what I want to do. I know things have been a little goofy for all of us, and it's kind of funny that I see a lot of people making jokes about if we've got to be sequestered in our homes, in our basements to avoid any exposure to the virus. I'm set up for that. So I hope you all are also taking this, I guess, as seriously as you can, and hope everything works out for everybody. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more pleasant video next time, pleasant for all of us. So that kind of sums up what I've got to say this time. As always, if you like what you saw, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching.